Alright, so I had a question regarding how we can rig this kind of suspension mechanism. I created a simplified geometry just to show what's going to happen. So basically this is supposed to be a rear part of the motorcycle. So the suspension happened to the wheel, and this part, if I grab this as an image, if this is the ground and wheel is going up and down, right? And it causes this road, this rear road, rotates from this pivot in this angle, and then it causes these dampers to squeeze. So that's what we are going to do in the rig. So if I go back to Maya, first of all we are going to create the joints. So I start by creating a root joint. This is just root in origin. I copy the same as body, maybe capital R, root, body. Then we are going to create the joints for wheel and its suspension. So again I can copy this one. This one is wheel, bag, suspension, wheel bag suspension. We snap it here, Shift B to unparent for now, and in Y should be at 0. So basically it's placed at center of this axis. By the way, I switched to Z axis in Maya in order to match the orientation in Unreal, and our geometry is facing X axis, positive X axis. Okay, go back to joint creation. So this one is wheel suspension. I copy another one, and this one is just wheel, and wheel is parent to suspension. So that's for this part. I create another joint, snap it here, put it on center on this axis, and this one is rear arm, rear arm. Okay, maybe capital on. So this one is rear and rear. So this one is rear arm, and it is parented on the body, right? So, and also wheel back suspension is parented to body as well. Now for dampers, I'm going to create a joint here. So this one is damper. So this one is left side, damper left, lower, or damper lower, left. Another one goes here, damper upper left. This one is goes this side, right, and also for the upper side. Right. Maybe we create a route for upper and lower. So I copied one of them, and this one is entered here. This one is damper upper. Also for the other one. Damper lower. So lower goes under root and upper goes under upper. Right, so this one, this lower part is going to rotate by rear arc, since it should rotate this way and dampers follow. So damper lower goes under rear arc. Also this is a static part and attached body, so it just goes under body. Alright, so now let me add a skin, point a skin geometry to joints. So wheel geometry is going to bind with wheel joint on the skin. Should be one selected joint. Max influence 1. Okay. Right. This one is going up and down, and it causes this to follow wheelbase suspension. So it follows this. Now here, this one is going, actually these two is going to attach to this joint, so they follow like this. Now about the dampers, but I create another joint. Let me see. Should face to this. Alright, so for this one, for upper, I just parent it here. Now I select these two, skeleton, orient joint, and they now face to correct axis direction. So again, select. Also let me orient this one to this. Shift P, this one, and this one is also oriented. All of them now face to correct direction. So let's parent them back. These two to upper, and these two lower to lower. So it now follows the correct direction. Alright. Now I am going to duplicate these two, put it here, yes, under this lower, okay. It's just helping for scanning. And also I'm going to upper this a bit here. Now that we start the scanning, this one goes under this, Now this one is followed correctly. Okay, now for dampers, I need these two, influence by 2, and this one for next one. So they are going to follow correctly. Now I finished the skinning. Let me take a look what is going to happen as a motion. So we need 2 constraints. One constraint for this pivot suspension. So when it goes up and down, it rotates. Also, we need another constraint for this lower root to always face to upper. Right. So let's undo everything. If I select the suspension as parent and rear arm, I can go to aim, check main offset, and by default everything is fine. So now when we go up, you see, follow. Wait. Also this one, you should follow, you should always aim to the upper one. So I select this as parent, select this as target, constraint aim with the same setting, it is going to be fine. Actually we should work with this. Alright, so that's what we are going to do in Unreal. So we also need to take care of this. Should be on the body. So here is our hierarchy. Press F. This is the hierarchy that I have, and this is the geometry. So I select geometry, I select root. I call it skin motor back rig version 1. Make sure you're exporting skinning this section and export. Alright, now I am going back to Unreal Engine. By the way, this is the course that I teach how to rig a car using modular rigging. And modular rigging is different to control rig. It uses control rig, but in modular rig. That's a very unique approach to rigging assets and characters. It is very cool. To learn more about this course, I put the link in the description. Please take a look. I'm going to create a new folder. I call it as Moto. Inside that, import the skeletal mesh that we just created. All default, import. Now we have a skeletal mesh. This is a skeletal mesh inside character bone. You can check the bone. Right now we are going to create a modular rig over that. Right click, create modular rig, yeah. So this one is modular rig. Maybe I call it R. Then double click. Now let's create the modules for the body. So we need a, I call it body, and here I want to choose body socket. So I want to see controllers, compile. To see it, we need to just increase shape transform. At the offset, 120, this one too is maybe just 1. So this is the body, okay? Alright, now we are going to create the suspension. This one is wheel back suspension, and we are connecting it to wheel back suspension joint. Right. This key. So compile, save, also save all. During Udemy course, I teach how to modify the module, in this case the wheel, to solve the rotation issue. So I use this one. Wheel x-axis is going to attach to wheel, there is this one. The axis is y and direction axis x. Compile, save. Now it should rotate correctly. So, right now we are going to create the constraint. So when it goes up, these joints should follow. How we do that? We are going to create a constraint. Let me find it. Where is that? Yeah, this one. I place it over suspension. Constraint. What is going to constraint is where is that? Rear arm. Okay. So this is connected. What is the parent? The parent is wheel back suspension slider control. And what is aim? Oh, this is very important to choose correctly. We're going to select body and compile, save. Now when we go up, it follows, but it follows the position. We need to say what is the constraint type. So I select constraint instead of parent. Default section, I choose aim. So we now have aim constraint on this joint. So when we move the suspension, it follows as rotation. Right. So that's for this part. So I realized that I forgot to bind the skin these tubes, inside tubes. So I go back to Maya. Actually it's very easy to update the rig at any point. So as you see, it is not following. So I select this tube, this joint, bind the skin. Now we can select all, export selection. You can select the same version or create a new version. I used to make a backup like Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, then overwrite over that. So now when we go back to Unreal, now I need to find the skeleton mesh, just right click and re-import. Then save, and when we go back to module, we see that it is updated. Now if we move the suspension, look at here, the pistons doesn't move correctly. See, the direction of movement is not correct. So what's the solution is creating another constraint for this lower damper root to always aim to upper damper root. So create another constraint here. I make sure the lower damper lower root bone is selected, not the socket. Parent is damper upper root, and aim up is body control. Also we need to change the constraint type from parent to aim. Compile, save. Now it should move correctly. See, they are moving in a correct direction. Alright. Now what else is just renaming this one is damper. Compile, save. Now if we group the modular rig into send, we see that the controller is here and they work correctly. Alright, if you don't see the controller inside the animation panel, in the left side you see this animation settings. Make sure the show control as overlay is turned on. If it is on, you can see the controller. Okay, we almost finished. At this point I want to take your attention to this setting of the constraint. When we define the constraint, I choose body control as aim up. The reason for that is we are dealing with body control to give some offset. So most I need just animate the offset a bit, and to make sure the rotation is always correct and constraint works correctly, I choose body control as aim up. Let I choose root control to see what happens. So I select root control. When I rotate root, everything works fine. But when I rotate the body, you see that the movement, the rotation of the this rod is wrong. So make sure you select the correct aim up. Alright, so change it to body control, compile, save, also save out. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.